It's the Extremist movie debate. And tonight, we are talking 2018's Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Is that right?
Yeah.
Got it. Nailed it.
I'm glad you're high energy this time.
I'm Joe, moderating. And our debaters tonight are...
The unpaid intern, Jeff.
I'm Ethan, and one of us is going to love it, one of us is going to hate it.
Let that coin decide their fate.
I hate it.
I love it. Hey guys, don't create a new dinosaur and try to sell it to other countries to become weapons and kill us. Spoilers are ahead.
Okay. Thanks, Jeff.
That's the plot of this movie.
So this movie
great.
currently has a two, or a, this movie.
It's a 50%.
Not surprising.
I almost said the year again. This movie currently has a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, which deems it rotten. So since you, how does this,
I hate it. So Jeff.
so Jeff goes first? Okay, so Jeff,
it's bad. Yeah,
what do you want? What do you want to say?
What is this you're doing right now?
I was basing my persona character off of the way you wrote this.
It feels very scripted, and I like it.
It is scripted. I'm literally reading all of this.
That was for paid intern Aaron, so.
Yeah, well.
Moving on.
Anyway, so Andrea Chase of Killer Movie Reviews says, I'll give it this. When it leaps off the rails into utter inanity, it does so with grim determination and the courage of its misguided convictions. Okay. What is about a movie going balls to the wall that really helps it transcend into a better movie, even if it sucks? You have 1 minute.
Because nobody really walks into Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, excuse me for that faux pas and flubbing the name of the movie.
No.
No one goes in expecting it to, be a masterpiece. No one thinks it's going to be, the Citizen Kane of dinosaur films. That's We're Back, a dinosaur story. This one is all just, you go in for the action, you go in for the cool dinosaurs, you go in for dinosaurs fighting dinosaurs, people running from dinosaurs. Like, I was half-heartedly hoping I was going to see a dinosaur on a motorcycle at any point in this movie. Sadly, I didn't. But you go in for all of these new creatures they're creating, and it's like, do you remember that video game Primal Rage?
Yes.
The one where you got to be like a gorilla fighting a dinosaur.
Yes.
You go in for that. You don't go in, for the Bryce Dallas Howard plot line of being in love with Chris Pratt, or the character Lockwood being an old man and having a granddaughter he's taking care of. That's not what anyone cares about. So I don't know what people expect other than awesome dinosaur sequences.
Thank you, Jeff. That was very well timed. Ethan, you have 30 seconds.
I don't think that it's unreasonable to ask a movie that's a sequel to one of the highest grossing movies of all time to have some level of intelligence, to be moderately well written. I think that this movie has characters that are very bland and actually borderline offensive, and I think that you have a plot structure that is just Dino Crisis meets fucking The Lost World, the universally accepted not great sequel to a great movie, and they actually try to follow it beat by beat, which is really upsetting in so many ways. Not only are you tapping into nostalgia, but you're also tapping into shitty
Jeff,
nostalgia.
you have 15 seconds because this is a big movie.
It is a big movie. It's the sequel to one of the highest grossing movies of all time. And yeah, you may say that, there's borderline offensive characters. I have no idea who you're talking about. We have
two mains.
Can I finish?
No.
Thank you. That's your 15 seconds. Ethan, you have 4.5 seconds. Go.
That'd be Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. Thank you very much, Jeff.
You came in under time. Good job. Jeff, the way that you just described this movie sounds a lot like Gremlins 2, A New Batch, which I am all for.
Well, isn't that what they did with The Lost World, Jurassic Park, when they created the cool velociraptors with sweet mohawks?
Jeff,
remember that.
That was the third one,
Jeff,
but still.
No, the third one was on the island.
Jeff, it's the moderator's time. Stop talking, please.
The third
Ethan,
one
coming to you. Josephine Livingstone of the New Republic says, although each Jurassic movie is fated to essentially repeat the same idea, oh no, dinosaurs, this new era has come up with ways to surprise, terrify, and inspire, which is enough to keep the heart of the franchise beating. So in this franchise, we're basically seeing the newer and bigger and better dinosaur every single time, and then things go wrong. Why is it that this is not why isn't this a feasible formula that's not working. You have 1 minute.
The reality is that we have 4 movies prior to this that are all telling us that having dinosaurs is a bad thing. So surprising and terrifying, yes. Inspiring, no. What this movie is 2 characters essentially being told by all of the academic elite and the government elite that these characters, that these dinosaurs provide nothing to the ecosystem. They are essentially there to kill or to at least maintain their own ecosystem. So having them die means nothing. Essentially, if we don't let them die and they were to multiply beyond the island, which is of course their worry, that it would eradicate mankind. So what we have is essentially everybody saying this virus needs to die. And then you have Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt, who are the anti-vaxxers, saying, no, we're gonna save these people against all other logic. So this movie works very well for an anti-vaxxing crowd, but essentially this movie is gonna take the hipster doctor, the hipster scientist person.
He's a nerd.
Okay, the nerd scientist, and it's gonna say it's okay.
Thank you,
to
Ethan.
save the
That
thing
is
that
all
kills
you
everybody.
got. Jeff, 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's like a reflection of the reality we live in of, and then you can also bring it up to like an animal rights level of like, should we kill them to save the ecosystem? That's like a lot of people have issues with like hunting because, to balance out, like deer are somewhat of a virus, but everyone is up in arms whenever we need to kill them because they overpopulate, they overmigrate, they immigrate. So I don't understand like why you are upset with the movie
Thanks,
having
Jeff.
two-sided arguments.
Ethan, you have 15 seconds.
It's because deers might eat some plants, but they're not going to eat the people. Essentially, these dinosaurs
might.
are the cinematic version of polio, and you have our 2 main characters that we're supposed to empathize with and follow for 2 goddamn hours. This movie's so long, that are essentially trying to save polio and kill everybody.
Thank you, Ethan. Jeff, you have 4.5 seconds.
I don't think anti-vaxxers are trying to save polio.
You came in under time. You guys have 2 minutes and 15 seconds
don't
to
like-
You're gonna defend
debate within yourselves.
Jeff defends anti-vaxxers.
I don't defend anti-vaxxers. I defend their right to have an opinion on things, because I'm not
I think that
fascist like
I think
you are.
that these are a
I
bunch
think
of
they should be allowed
anti-vaxxers
to
that
say
are
what they
going
want
to
say.
try to
They
destroy
may
the
not be
world,
right, but they
and
may
they are
not
going
be
to
wrong,
hurt
but they're
everybody
allowed to
around
have
them
their
for their
opinion.
own
Isn't that the
personal
best
gain.
part
And
of America,
essentially,
the first
it's
right of
I
movement?
feel bad
To
because
think
I had a
what you wanna
part in
think and
this,
believe what you
and
wanna
so I'm
believe.
going to go out of my
Yeah,
way to
that's-
try to make myself right at the expense of everybody else around me in
Well,
the
that's right,
town
and then
5
also,
miles down
like,
the street that's already established
also
in this
they're
movie.
dealing with
And what
is
happens is they
the,
push
is the
all
end
this
game
bullshit that they
worth,
feel onto the sheltered little child
are they
who
okay?
then takes those
First
notions
of all, that's not a
and
child,
lets
that's an
out
android, right?
everything that is
Is that what's
dangerous.
happening?
That
That's
is
an
not an
android?
android, that is Multiplicity clone. So Multiplicity Girl lets out everybody. Yeah, this isn't Westworld. No, she's a real human. So,
but no, I
she
think
lets
in,
out
like,
all of the
it isn't-
dinosaurs.
like,
She lets
Jeff
out
Goldblum
polio.
starts
She
off
lets
with
out
the,
measles. She lets it out onto the world because the dumb-ass anti-vaxxer parents say, this is a great thing. We're going to help ourselves. We're going to save the thing that's going to fucking kill everybody. And these are
I
the
don't
good
think you're
guys
dumb.
of the
I'm sorry
movie.
for Ethan.
The villains of the movie are essentially just a guy who likes to take teeth and make a necklace. That's as far deep as his character goes.
It's interesting. Like,
What is
at
his
the
name
beginning of the
besides
movie,
Buffalo Bill?
The beginning of the movie starts with the sweet-ass monologue from Jeff Goldblum, who, spoiler alert, isn't only in the movie for like 3 minutes.
Who believes they should all die.
Yeah, well, he
The
brings up- he
doctor
brings-
who
he brings up-
believes
he
they
brings
should
up
be left to
the
die.
concept of humans played God and we went too far and we created this thing. And isn't that something like people are doing now, trying to play God and stop, natural selection from happening?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, so like, what are you mad? Like, it's bringing
I'm
up
mad
real-world
because
points.
I assume it's supposed to be Congress in this movie, even though that room is clearly like municipal court and
Wait, it was
not
like,
Congress.
That was their version of
That was fucking
the,
like, who the hell is he talking?
What
Is
was
he
it called in
talking to?
Batman and Robin, the United Nations, the
Is-
bad guys?
Is he talking to like
He's talking to
the
essentially
county
them, yeah.
representatives?
I shouldn't
but,
be having this much fun.
But essentially, they're all in agreement that they should die. Everybody in the
they're not,
world
because
agrees that they should die,
because
except for these two people.
The weird kind of UN, they unanimously vote to like preserve and like save the animals, and they're gonna bring them and put them on this
And
island.
that's all, folks.
This movie sucked.
How did you guys
chugs
really
buttholes.
feel?
Yeah, as I coined the term, this movie chugs so much butts.
Ethan coined that term.
I mean, it could be ours.
No, I did.
No, it was Ethan.
No, I took it. I got it. This movie sucked butts and drank butts.
It is.
It's very, 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 very bad.
Yeah.
Like, where do we start with how bad
I don't know.
it is?
Like, I don't even want to talk about it for that long.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you guys like Gremlins 2 of the new batch?
I've never seen that.
Gremlins 2, the new batch is not good, but it's at least fun.
What is it about Gremlins the new batch that is better than
It doesn't take itself
Fallen Kingdom?
seriously. This movie takes
Yeah.
itself extremely seriously, and
then
And it really thinks like these characters have great motivations, and they've really established
Yeah.
like these dinosaurs need to be saved, even though we have 4 movies prior that
and
say
they
these
also-
dinosaurs should fucking
and
not
they
be
also
saved.
they feel like they
How did
established Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt as these like sympathetic heroes, where in the first movie they were just both one-dimensional characters. Like Bryce Dallas Howard,
Pieces of paper.
she was an oil painting the first movie, and she is
And
a watercolor
also somehow
painting
takes
the
a
second.
big 180 on her career turn. Like these dinosaurs terrorized her, tried to kill her and her family,
now she's like
and
a
now she's an advocate for saving them through
conservationalist
mommy
or-
blogs.
Is
Like
that
I don't
it?
understand.
Yeah. Is that a
Well,
word?
they are
And
just
one of her
animals.
employees is like a paleo veterinarian. You don't
Yeah,
get to
she-
you don't get to say,
Say
yeah,
the
that's a
line.
real thing, when it's
line.
not a fucking real. She also follows up, yeah, that's a real thing, with no, I've never seen a doctor in real, I've never seen a dinosaur in real life. Like, how is that possibly a real thing? How do you make money?
The nerd is your prototypical I'm scared of everything, yet I'm in a field where these things are possibly going to kill me all the time.
Yeah, well, it's funny to hear adult men high pitched scream.
Yeah, and I just love the concept of computer experts or whatever plugging a wire from like a system in the building to their computer and typing for 3 seconds and just going, oh, I'm in.
I have a very important question.
Yeah.
Does this movie deliver where The Lost World failed
No,
in
not at
bringing
all.
the
Not in the least.
dinosaurs to
No.
society?
No, it's not what you would think in the trailer. Instead, a good half of this movie, if not more, takes place inside of a mansion.
Yeah.
And so everything you see,
Like Resident Evil.
I would say it's the
like
it's the
Resident, it's
Resident
Dino
Evil
Crisis.
All right.
It's Dino Crisis.
You guys,
Dino-
you guys have convinced me. I'm going to go see it.
Dino,
great.
Dino Crisis
Great.
was the dinosaur version of Resident Evil. I would
Yes.
say I would go.
And it follows it almost point by
Yeah,
point.
I wish
It's
this movie
ludicrous.
was less Dino Crisis and more Turok, where it took place in.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
that would be
this
fun.
is very
Big open
specific.
landscapes, at least. Cool
Do
guns.
the dinosaurs become self-aware and evil?
Just the raptors.
Yeah, just the raptors.
Just
and,
everything that they normally be.
Kind
I
of,
mean,
yeah. Blue.
you know,
is Blue a
Brachiosaur
raptor?
kind of cries.
They
yeah,
brought,
Blue's a raptor.
They brought a raptor.
But he's blue for some reason.
Yeah.
That's never explained. And also,
Well, yeah, I
then,
think it
then they
was- I think
create
it
a
was
new
blue in
raptor.
there,
So
yeah.
instead of the Indominus Rex, they create a Indominus Raptor. Whatever, who
Yeah.
cares?
Who does that?
The dude from Shaun of the Dead, the bad guy.
The bad guy of the movie.
Hot Fuzz.
So the whole
that
point,
guy.
the whole plot of the movie is
You'd recognize
Timothy
him.
Dalton?
this guy,
No.
Timothy Oliphant. This guy, he was brought in by Lockwood, who is a dying old man who they keep referencing,
Who is
like we're supposed to know who the fuck
Hammond's
he is.
old partner that's never mentioned ever.
Ever in the series, I felt
But they had a
so-
falling out because he made a clone baby.
I felt so fucking stupid not knowing who he was, and so when I asked you if I'm supposed to know him, and you went, "No, he's a new character." I was like, "Oh, I feel so much better about my
It's
life."
terrible.
So
They just needed Hammond.
Yeah,
But he
and,
couldn't do it because he's dead.
R.I.P. So the whole plot is this: the assistant to the old guy.
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, Shaun of the Dead. He starts. They're supposed to conserve the animals, and he just wants to create a new genetically engineered dinosaur because they're selling the dinosaurs they're supposed to be saving to other countries to use as mobile weapons.
Oh, so it's like Taken.
Yes.
Sure.
One is sex trafficking, one is dinosaur
They keep all these dinosaurs. There's at least like 30 dinosaurs, full size, fully grown,
In
and they
jail
sneak
cells.
them in jail cells into this underground layer underneath the mansion, and somehow nobody has any idea what's going on. So we're
Well, the clone baby.
We're
does.
left to
Spoiler
assume
alert,
that
there's a
like
clone baby.
the clone baby knows what's going on. Sure, she follows in Shaun of the Dead at one point, but also later on in the movie, we see her take a dumbwaiter from the dungeon in the basement to her fucking bedroom.
And they show
not only
they show the outside of the mansion, and it's like 6 stories high.
Somebody
and she does it in like 30 seconds.
built this underground layer where they're doing nefarious, awful, terrible, like auctioning off of weapons, and they decided
yeah.
they still needed to extend the dumbwaiter into the basement by the Indominus Rex cage.
It legitimately is like. It is like the mansion from Resident Evil.
Yes.
It's all of these like elaborate.
This is Resident Evil.
All right,
they have to go and
all right,
they have to
all
go
right,
break open doors, find
Well,
keys.
okay, what would you guys rate
Hold
this?
on, last thing with the whole Lockwood thing. I was so expecting that clone baby to be Laura Dern's baby.
Yes.
I think
that would have made sense.
But no, and then when it was a clone
She's
baby.
a clone baby, which means nothing for
And
the
also,
franchise. It just
the way-
means we already knew that they probably could do that.
Wasn't it
and it doesn't
weird?
matter if they did or not.
Wasn't it weird she didn't react to being a clone?
She pushed a button and killed everybody.
No, she saved everybody.
No, she saved the dinosaurs,
Oh, yeah,
thereby killing everybody. She let out polio, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, but like, if I was told like I actually didn't have parents and I was just a clone of someone, I would lose my fucking mind. She cries for about 3 seconds and it's like, all right, let's tie it.
To be fair, it's because now she has parents.
Yeah, are they gonna adopt her?
How would you guys rate this movie?
I hated this movie, but I don't think it's like Death Wish bad. So I'll give it like I gave Death Wish what, like a 2?
I don't remember.
I think I gave Death Wish like a 1 or a 2. I'll give this one like a high 5, low 6.
Doing a 2.
Just tiptoeing out. You're giving
2
it a
out of 10, no thunder.
I don't know,
Even the moments where like
I did like those dinosaurs fighting on a glass rooftop. That was pretty sweet.
that was a fine scene, yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
oh my god! And then we got
there are
impaled by
moments,
the Triceratops.
but like there's
We just
an
spoiled the
abundance
entire
there's an
ending, I'm
abundance of CG that does not work at all. And then there are moments where they go practical, which is like what I've always wanted, what most people always wanted is bring back the practical effects. But even when they do that, it's like a T-Rex inside of this gigantic, or not even gigantic, like this kind of small cage, and they're transporting him on a truck. A T-Rex is in there, and then these people who are, nefarious hunters who are selling them to other worlds, they put a fucking
other countries,
blanket
not
over the T-Rex so that we don't see the puppeteers behind them. It's like, so there's a T-Rex head moving around, but they took the time to put a fucking blanket on the T-Rex that they've captured and are going to sell. It's fucking ludicrous. So like, even the moments where there are practical effects, they fucking ruin it.
Hey, filmmakers, stop having people outrun dinosaurs. That's not
Or lava, or